Hello. Good evening. Oh wait, I forgot the chat. I mean, I will not show it on the screen, but I forgot to setting my chat. Give me a moment. Please wait. Hello. Selamat malam. Good evening. Hello everyone. Let's continue the bucket story. I want to try the whole ending using the bucket. Let's just try this. I think we still have so many stuff in Stanley that we still not yet figured it out. Is it cold today? Yeah, it's super cold today. Okay. Let's just try. What time is it? I think it's still... Oh no, wait. Where's the cursor? It should be... What? Wait. PM. The cursor where... What? Wait a minute. Should be 8, 8, 6. Oh, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Oh, wait, this never happened before. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step up seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Whoa! I don't even have any way of knowing it if the times you are setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Wait! Wait. This makes me want to try to restart the game now. Wait. Give me a moment. Let me try to restart the game once more. Okay, let me restart the game. Maybe this gonna work. Okay. What time? My favorite time is gonna be 2 a.m. Ah, 2 a.m. Your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 2 a.m. is. Let's use another their slider to find out. How accurate? What? It's very accurate. What do you mean? You know, can I just say, regardless the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you put up the game. Oh my god. You know what? Again. Let's see again. This is like Easter egg. I want to see. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Should be here. Please adjust slider until the dog. What? Until the dog and the cat are friends. What is this for? Yep, they are definitely friends. Please adjust slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. 5 smiley pepper, okay, flag. 9, that's 9, but this is 9 with plain 9. Oh, that's 9? 9. So it should be this one. Please adjust slider until you stop adjusting the slide. I mean, maximum will be the time when I stop adjusting the slider. Why? What do you mean by this? Which one of the 2 made-up words below is most appealing to you? A cute boing car, scrumptious. What? A cute boing. I think I like this one. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. You know what time it is right now? Yeah. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? No. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Big mood, yes. Can you come back to visit me? Of course. That help is the best. Shall we try again or shall we just start the game? I'm actually still curious with. Let me try maybe for the last time. Let's see. What time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We are like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game setting to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do. I like a day job. And now the job is over. There is no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can, and I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. No! Opening screen, no! Is this always been in here? Epilogue? Has it always been here? That's new? What? I'm gonna see first. Epilogue. Many years later. Are we gonna meet the opening screen again? Thank you! Thank you for the donation. I got a achievement called Welcome Back. But where do I go? Okay, just chilling. Can I walk away? Yeah, it's the cookie 9. Whoa. It's so loud, wait. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, sunset. Or sunrise. Motivational video be like, yeah, true. Ooh. Is that the cookie accident place? Or is it different? Stanley Parable 2. This is the memory place. Remember this? And it's all broken. What is this suddenly spooky game? It's so dark. Oh? Cookie! It's the cookie! Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Oh no, the cookie attack again. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole, who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting and welcome. Oh, you like the bucket? I like the bucket too. Wait. Oh no, cat dog. Scientists confirm hybrid species. The mammal times. It's the cat dog. At least the cookie likes the bucket, I guess. Oh, it's the name. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. Reads the press release, we thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about. Yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless insulting creative visions. Rea, met malam Cia, selamat malam Rea. Thank you, terima kasih donasinya. Thank you. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Blah 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 blah. Appreciate review scores in the video. Game is 30 seconds. By Snip Swimmy. I don't think the button can. Oh, you can. Oh no, it's all Jim. What about? Yeah, I think it's all Jim. Jim. All is in Jim.
Stanley.
Oh.
Jim.
Oh.
Stanley.
Oh, at least this one.
Stanley.
That one is Stanley. You got it right.
Stanley.
Just this one. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, the figurines. Thank you. You go here now. Eh. Oh, eh. The Stanley building. Hello again. The opening screen. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. No, did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy, let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground, let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake, don't cling to the legacy, let it burn. It's not hard, in fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Oh, it's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our games. What? Whoa! What is it? The stapler. Oh, the return to stapler. Infinite new kind of stapler. Return to stapler. Return to stapler. It's absurd. I love it. Exactly. Every time you restart the game, we will advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It will just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Sure. Good. Then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put a face in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, didn't he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We are in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in one itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Oh, we're back to this. 26. Please adjust slider. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Let's go! Return to Stapler! Oh my god! The best title ever. Let's just start. We will try to reboot.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We will try to reboot the game again. Maybe later. Bucket where?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh. Bucket! Baby!
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Okay, what should we do with the bucket? Oh, we're back with this one. Okay, wait, let me see.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
I need this one. We still need to check this one again.
for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
We have
After receiving critical and commercial success,
We have
it was
bucket.
expanded upon in 2022
We will meet the
with
bucket
the
with a
Stanley
bucket.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what
So now the
thrilling new
narrator guy
adventures
is
await
because he
in
chose
the
the
Stanley
title.
Parable.
I think it's still the
Ultra Deluxe.
same.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley. I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel.
Yeah.
How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? Why do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
I have the bucket, exactly.
Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel?
I
don't
wonder.
remember doing that at all.
Yeah.
You're seeing things all out of order.
Multiverse broken, exactly. This is what multiverse is.
All
Oh,
right. All right, let's see it.
the jump is 0.
The jump circle?
But it's circle. I mean, it's 0. We cannot do this anymore.
The infinite hole? The giant door? Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be?
It's
Had
fun.
I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
It's a good sequel. Let's meet the bucket.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket
Yeah.
is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a
Yes.
sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you. Clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
He sounds
I win.
happy. Okay. Let's try again. Let's meet the infinite hole
All of
again.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That one
No matter how
still.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is that working? No. I don't think. Again.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Can we go this again? I want the infinite. Oh, I cannot go there. Give me the infinite hole. Thank you.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
What?
the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Ah, okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly
Yeah,
re-release
I've
with a
seen
few
this one.
minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah, I thought I glitched it. Turns out I'm not.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yay, I missed this
Here we
place.
are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The bucket. Let's go. Can we get 2 buckets now? Yes. Bucket.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here?
Yes.
How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so
No.
intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
2 bucket. Eh?
Stanley! Oh, thank God.
No.
I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you.
No. What did you
I
do?
hope one day you can forgive me.
A bucket. No. What did you do with my bucket? Anyway, let's try the infinite hole without a bucket. Last time we tried it with a bucket, now with no bucket. I'm sad. No bucket. Oh yeah, the achievement, it should be worked now. Should be working now. Give me the
Now, here's
achievement.
something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement... As you can see, the machine is not working yet.
As achievement, please
Wait,
ignore.
what
Achievement
in the
unlocked.
holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
Yeah, I got the achievement.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it, I swear. It was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here?
Well,
Being watched? Oh, God.
mm,
Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
the narrator is scared. You will never know, narrator. Oh, I thought there's a way here.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I want the hole. Infinite hole. Give me the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you
I
like.
cannot do
A
that.
stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see
Okay,
the
maybe we can
infinite
press
hole,
G
you
this
can press
time.
the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Again.
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't
Yeah.
know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
I
I'll just be
want
up
to-
here when you're ready.
I want to see the, you know, that time when we got the doggo background, dogs, puppies background. I'm not yet finished checking them all.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had
Okay.
enough? I'm positively
No.
thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. The shame of my... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Cannot.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the whole, I get to do literally anything
Let's go.
else.
It's party
Take
time.
care, Stanley. I hope you and the whole have a wonderful rest of it too.
Let's have a party time. Party time? Let's go. Let's go. It's party time. Yeah. This is so good. Music. Let's change the music. Let me check all of the music.
My head's stronger. You're no longer
What?
using up the space of mine.
Ah, this is the puppy.
My head's stronger.
Ooh. 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 So many of them. Oh, we're back. That's so good. Oh. No, wait.
Stanley!
Oh, no.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Toodle-pip. Eh? Oh? Wait. Second time? Oh. Never mind. I thought it's gonna be the same.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The bucket. Oh. Oh yeah, it's no bucket anymore. Which one that we haven't tried again?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th Birthday, step-niece, it is.
Let's go. Now we change to that one.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. We've done the jump circle though.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Which one? Out of order, no! You've been here already. Sad. So sad.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term
Oh yeah, the
franchising
name
potential.
button. That one is...
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full
But I
experience of
found
this
the...
feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay,
I
here we go.
found the
Let's take a
Stanley
deep breath,
button.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are,
Can I
and simply
bring the
become
Stanley
a person
button?
named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It's even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button
I'm gonna
away.
spam this.
Otherwise,
No,
soon you'll start
no.
to lose all sense
No,
of who you
no,
actually
No,
are.
no, Jim! Ah, the Jim is gone. And I know. No more Jim. Remember this? No. So sad. You cannot enter the figurine anymore. They
I
said
suppose I could
that.
allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
You are the sequel. I think we've gone here. Yeah, the
An
epilogue.
epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
We've met the epilogue guy though. Settings World Champion. How to do that one? Stanley. Setting World Champion. Do we need to unlock something? It is a achievement that you can get just for changing several of the settings slider in the main menu outside of the game itself. Oh. We do stuff with the setting. Maybe here, maybe here. Maybe that one. Is it all of the setting or all the slider? I'm gonna make music that much. I think is it just the slide? Oh yeah, setting sliders in the main menu outside of the game. Oh, outside of the game. It's outside of the game, so is it the main menu? I see. Should we go back to the main menu? How to unlock? To get this, you have to go through every single slider option with the setting and go through every single number. I move every slider to maximum volume and then click through the minimum. If you hold down the D-pad, it will begin to skip numbers. So either keep clicking and click and hold still. And hold until 10 numbers have passed. Then go and hold for another 10 rounds. Repeat through every slider. This may not work for some people, and if you click might be a safer option. I see. What's this yang Baltar? Selamat malam Kanjeng Cia. Selamat malam. Hello, thank you for the donation, Baltar. Okay. I think I need to go to the toilet first. Be right back. Stomach pain. Wait. Hello. I'm back. I think there's a donation. It's from Bucket. Hello, Bucket. And Bucket said Bucket. Whoa. Member for 5 months. It's my third month. Third month, but that said 5 months. Yay, I'm back. Okay, let's try. Let's try this. The tutorial is field of view. Camera, subtitle, translation. Field of view, camera. Subtitle. Translation label background opacity, subtitle background. Subtitle background. Okay. Audio. Do we make it like this? No video, no control.
This
Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
Oh, for sample. What? I still cannot. So max all of this. All of this. And this. From minimum to maximum. So it's like we go to all slider to 0. And then you have to go through every single slider and option with the setting and go through every single number. Oh! Go through every single number. I move every slider to the maximum value and then click through the minimum. So it's 1 by 1? What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go like this? No. They say it's only the slider. Like this? We have to go through 1 by 1? I think you have to.
Story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, arrow key works.
This is the story
I hope
of a
this
man
counts.
named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Because this guy said that I move every slider to the maximum value and then click through to minimum. If you hold down the D-pad, it will begin to skip numbers. So either keep clicking and click and hold until 10 numbers have passed. Then let go and hold another 10. Oh, every 10. So do we go every 10? I'm just gonna go like this. We go like this. It's fast, it's okay. Just in case. Okay, almost there. Keyboard. Keyboard ASMR, yeah, it is. That should be it. It doesn't work. I only say the enable with show. Oh, enable with show. What is it? Translation label background. Show translation label. Ah, this thing you've been hiding all this time. Where we want to? Hidden slider, exactly. You sneaky. Still doesn't work. What? Wait. To be sure you get every number, use it. Okay. Oh, to be sure you get every number, use the D-pad quiet slowly. So you're only going up in ones and not 5, which can easily happen without you noticing if you use the stick. Also make sure you move every slider in every option, as some options are turned off by default. Have done it 3 times now, going slowly with the D-pad, making sure it doesn't skip, and it's not unlocking for me. I tried every number clicking with the D-pad, nothing works. You need to do the star up too. Oh no, that's gonna take forever. You know the opening screen? You need to do the slider, the star up slider. I got it to pop. Change every slider on every screen, including selecting that one box option in the control tab. Unsure if the time slider I messed with was required, but I slide over every possible option with that. I got the achievement by toggling every button and changing every language setting at least once. To add to the hilitary, if you get this achievement, there's a room that unlocks for you to say blah 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 blah. I had to toggle every single box as well, so I did all the subtitle language toggle, simplified control on and basically interact with every single. Okay. Interact with every single settings. Okay, I'm gonna click this. All of this. Even this one. English. Borderless. Wow. A. Hi. Simplified control. Reset keybind. Apply. That's so bad. Okay. We've done this all reset setting. No. It still doesn't work. Wait, what? It's changing? Oh no, wait. I think I did. Okay. One-handed walking, hold left and right mouse. Okay. So subtitle. Doesn't work. Oh, any eraser. Oh wait, did I turn on? Oh, the translation label. Then confirm that those are needed. It's scrolling through the language, and no, you don't even need to confirm. As I was scrolling through languages, everyone, thanks for the confirming. My achievement popped when I toggle invert Y and off after interacting with every other option. Weird. It's English. Oh! I got the achievement. Let's go. Setting world champion. Oh, let's go. I think I did it. I missed that single. Yes.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity.
What?
What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
What? You are the champion of setting all the sliders to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room. It was made just for you. I will never set that setting slider to every possible setting. Whoa. Congratulations, setting world champion. You did it. At what cost? Just this room. At least there's this one. Setting is world champion. That's it. I got new settings? What new settings? I don't remember. Don't feel like I got new settings. Everything's still the same. General? What? Accessibility. Subtitle. Bump. Oh, it is. What? What is this? What did this do? Adjust the bumps. What? What this do? Over 9,000? There is nothing special. I guess that's just for the meme. Okay, what next? We got the achievement. This one is closed. Out of order. Can we go back? What is Bum's closet exactly? What is that? I don't know too. Oh, we cannot. Let's exit. I think I remember, but I forgot the place. But that time when narrator was like asking Stanley to follow him into the vent, I think there's like another option to go other than the vent.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Hello, hello, hello. Stanley. Bums, cause it is when you start the game, the narrator will comment on its level of bums. Oh, really? Interesting.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, this one? Oh, I have to restart the game. Let's try restart the game and see what changes. Let's see. The fourth one. The the goal is it's either me or the half employee, half grilled champion. Let's go, fourth game. Oh no, it doesn't work. Because we are, I think because we are in the middle of the Stanley. I think it's because we are in the middle of the, you know, the narrator. But I don't know. Why
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think it's still the same.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Now the balloon is Stephanie's balloon.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his neck. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I want to try the... I forgot the vent. Where is that vent gonna bring us to? But wait, I haven't gone this
And
way
so
yet.
the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I forgot this one.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Eh? What?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
What? This is the broom. Okay, we go here.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Eh? Oh! I think I remember this one. Let's go.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Not the bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Why?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
No.
it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along.
Bleeding.
Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. I don't want it.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay,
No.
the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't
No,
get back
no.
to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket
No,
Destroyer
I don't
until
want-
you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now,
What?
the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
What? What? It's flying.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
Oh no.
Goodbye, new friend.
I'm sorry,
For the moment in
narrator.
time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Is it heaven? Okay, let's try again, but we destroy the bucket this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps... the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's try with the... We destroy the bucket this time.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
What if
They
we
want
go
more of
here
their
without the
favorite
bucket?
Jokes, not this bucket that they've
I
never
wonder
seen
if
before.
it's gonna be...
Yes, I know I'm the
the
one
same
who gave
like
you the
the first
bucket,
one?
but you're spending too much time with it.
Or it's
Don't
gonna
you want
change
another
too.
story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh,
Let's
and
go.
it played some silly music as well.
Let's go. Go, go,
Now
go.
this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yeah, probably gonna be
It's as classic now as it was back
the
then.
first
Let's do it
ending.
for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content
Yeah, the
exactly like
narrator is
this.
so
But
cute.
if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Wait, what? How?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that
I
you
cannot
give
throw
the
it.
bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I cannot.
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to
this
join
is
the
only one
pantheon of
ending?
beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
to
yeah.
really explore
I think the bucket is
Destroyer,
scared.
you would see that its desire to crush buckets
I
is so
tried to push
densely
it, it
loaded
doesn't
with
work.
complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality
The
traits.
bucket
What
doesn't
other
work.
object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket
I hold
Destroyer
it, but
merchandise
it's still
the
the same.
fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley
Oh, it
Parable
doesn't want.
characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans,
Yeah.
Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Yeah, it's only one ending. Doesn't want to throw the bucket. The bucket is scared.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I think if we go down there without a bucket, it's gonna be the first ending. Like the first game, the same. Maybe. Okay, I
All
want
of
to
his
try
co-workers
the
were gone.
vent
What could it
again.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to try
The
the
bucket made
vent.
Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not
The
the correct
vent
way
is
to the
should be
meeting room.
here.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I forgot about this one. What is this one again? Oh, it's the never mind. This is the this ending. The bucket story ending. Oh yeah, never mind.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I
Wait.
study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria.
Let me
I
check my
feel
stream.
every time I
The
pick it
first
up.
stream.
No matter how many
Stanley
times
stream.
I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
The time when I get the...
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Let me see.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Camporata. Wait, I think we need to go to the new content without the bucket. Oh wait, never mind. It's from... Let me see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Let
could it
me
mean?
try to enter the new
Stanley
content
decided to
again.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I think it won't happen. Yeah, I think that only works for the first time. When you play the game for the first time. Okay, let's try.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a
What
very
should we
lucky
try
fellow.
next?
Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What should we try next? I forgot actually. No, once we touch the bucket, we cannot drop it anymore. There's no option to drop the... Oh yeah!
This was not
The
the
phone.
correct way to the meeting room.
True.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out
I
to be
haven't
correct?
plucked-
No,
Pluck
never
out,
mind.
pluck out
The bucket was wrong.
the
Stanley took the door on his left
phone.
to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
The
Go there.
escape.
Go to the... Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
That
It
one
should have
is the
alarmed him,
baby,
of course,
right?
because buckets can't
The baby
talk.
ending is
But
that
Stanley
way.
chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
And we can try the escape ending, but with a bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said, "Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A
No
talking
way.
bucket. Ugh.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
I think I remember
right
this one.
here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic
Wait,
timing?
this one is
How
different.
does it work?
This one is
How
different
long should it last?
from the first
How
one.
can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the
different.
answer to all of these questions is yes.
Yes.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Danny with the bunny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys.
Survey?
Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke
Oh
is
my
the only way to
God.
grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Wait, what?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Oh. Okay. We go back.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh, where, narrator, where? Let's try the escape ending, if that's possible.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, let's try the ending.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Eh?
Here we go.
Oh,
you ready?
okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, fine. Oh. Yeah. Whoa.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Exactly.
There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which
What
culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
No.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Instructional
Yes,
video.
surely that will help me improve my...
Oh no.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much.
Oh
like
yeah.
It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Okay. What should
All
we
of his
try
co-workers
next?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I was simple. Love this game. Yeah, me too. Thank you for the donation. I love this game too. Should we try the wife with the bucket? I think I haven't tried that
It takes
one.
a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Escape first or the wife with the bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Which one? Escape route with the bucket or wife with the bucket? We can try finish
This was not the correct
the
way
right
to the meeting
room
room.
first.
But Stanley had felt the
The
bucket
wife
calling to him,
first.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It
try
should have alarmed him, of
the
course, because
the
buckets
bus
can't
elevator
talk.
too.
But Stanley chose not to
But
think
with
about
the
this
bucket.
obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the...
Let's see. What happened if we do this
This
with the
is
bucket?
the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh
Once
no.
upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello, Stanley. Show me your bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him.
It's
I
the
don't know if
bucket.
he'll listen to me.
What now? Oh. Go back to work. Okay.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
But I love the bucket. Don't listen to the loud man. Press E for us to go back home. Let's go.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press E to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
There's music with
Like
the
it would be
bucket.
better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
To relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Towers into the stream, remember to click on some water. Hello, Zen. Yeah, I already drank water. Game is very brain trippy. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh no,
Whoa.
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do
Oh,
anything
no.
it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome
We're
situation.
gonna sleep with the bucket. It's a romantic night with the bucket.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Raining! The bucket story is so deep. Yeah, exactly. Go back to work, Stanley. Whoa, bucket! No, where's my bucket?
Who turned up the bumpscosity so high? I like bumpscosity as much as the next person, but 100
Let's make it 1,000.
is quite a lot, wouldn't you say?
He actually react with the setting. Okay.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet.
Let's
compact.
try in
Stanley
the
clutched
elevator.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Boss office. Where is the elevator? Oh yeah, this one. Can we wait until the narrator reacts without we clicking the thing? We twerk to the music. I think it's still the same. Yeah, nothing changed on this one.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
I
human
forgot.
life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The
Yeah,
two
it's
of them were
2845, but I'm
At
gonna
this
wait.
point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of
45
simply being near the
42.
bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's try escape. With a bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh yeah, true. I haven't tried this one. We go up and down.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
Oh.
I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Number 3?
Bucket said nothing.
Number 3? What 3? Should we go to the number or we go down again? Number 3? What 3?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
3?
He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Uh-huh.
Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay. When we go down and then go up again.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
That means we go up again.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
Feel the happiness.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Let's go with the number 3 again.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence.
No.
Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
No, bucket, why you not react?
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Go back again. Let's go. Oh, no reaction this time.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
What?
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on
What?
all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive
so far.
when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see
so
his
far.
joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
What?
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be
World's
refined a
healthiest
single
human being.
measure further.
Oh, we did
When
it,
the big day
apparently.
arrived,
If the guy
Stanley
went
was
to
as
Mars.
prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Let's go, treat. You're gonna tell the world about 3. Evening with world peace, baby. Tonight, live on stage, the Stanley Parable Stanley. This man, the precious, the myth, the legend, the parable Stanley. World's first sentient machine. 2 stage, 3.
This was it.
Oh.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true
Congratulations, Stanley. Remember
connection
where you
with a
came
loved one.
from. All is 3. All is about 3. The storyteller. Stanley is revealed on in his new book. 3 again. What is it? National Geographic. Endorse monthly. Let's go to the stage.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak. To listen to him talk about what it really
What it
means
means
to press the
press the
number
number
3 on a
3.
keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would
No.
be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years,
So sad.
the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
No.
And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
So sad. Okay, we'll go back. Let's try the escape.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. Ah, Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Yeah.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go to the ending.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I haven't tried the...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go. We can try the escape and also the no button at the end of the story. The one where Stanley can go out and touch the grass, or... We said no.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control for... Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very...
Wait, you can fall down in
death
camera
for
room?
each of them.
I never tried that one. Let's try. bucket.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket.
It's the same
but
chair
what
as
use
the
is a sense
window
of
ending
ease
I
when you're
see.
about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Okay.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
No!
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket is gone. You are standing at the pursuit knowledge, much like bucket itself. The human mind the bucket in the story. When you take what you learn here with you into the world, when you step with an open mind, you chance will you change the life of yourself and you will love to when yourself this bit, or will you turn a blind eye and continue live as you live? Not the bucket. No.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
No.
Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
There's a way to go there. Can I go there? Bucket with two handles. Two handles, such design. It is now the bucket. Inferno bucket. Replica of Inferno, which is the medieval era so powerful ring. Now this place is all about buckets. Wow. It's all about buckets.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear or crafts the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always. I'm gonna jump. I guess this is the only way. Bucket. Did I get
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision of
Okay.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
This input received. Can I do that as many as possible every time the game restarting?
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna see the ending
Still
with...
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's
You
warmth
jump
and
on the
comfort now
camera?
more than ever.
Camera,
Perhaps his
please.
boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Need to restart the game every input. Yeah. I think yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Hello. Stanley penyet. No more.
Stanley and the
dreams,
bucket walked
Stanley.
straight ahead through the large door
Who
that
is
read
Stanley?
Mind Control Facility.
Okay, I'm gonna jump.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
You can.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down there. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Couch?
It really wasn't so bad down
Oh.
here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was cooling paninis.
We're just gonna leave
But
here.
it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
We're
He'd
just
never
gonna leave
gotten
here.
to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled
Oh
the bucket.
no.
Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again
Is
and
this
again, but to no
pizza?
avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable.
Oh
This
no.
isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh, we're back. Okay. Oh no, it's the
All
new
of his
room.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
Whiteboard. Who's that? Oh. Oh! Turn off. Okay. Keyboard is better.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Ah, okay, nothing else. Nothing else in this blue room. Okay. gonna try turn on the button until the end of this run.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
It's echoing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh. Echo. Bark, bark. Bark so many times. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Can you still doing disco in the sequel? Which disco? The infinite hole? If the infinite hole, then yes, we still can do
mind control
that.
facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
no.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I mean on.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
What?
The control buttons became active again.
Silly bird. Ooh.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Yes. It's cute. So many cute silly burp. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here today.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I think I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna continue next time. I think I'm gonna, Google the internet about all of the endings and try to play it on stream next time. I'm gonna list every endings that I haven't done and I'm gonna try again in the next stream. Okay, thank you everyone for today. Yeah, I will save the rest for next time. Probably I will not be able to do the, very long. What is it? Something like the 5-hour babies. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, but I will do the rest of the other endings that is easy to get. Okay, bye bye. Thank you everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.